So strategy is never a fixed value or fixed goal for any organization. It consistently changes over the time. So Mayuresh and Nirantar will start with strategic thinking now, and strategic thinking is much more important in today's world because the competition is fierce. You have 10 competitors in one space, even in your jobs, in your life, and even in your businesses. Everywhere competition is very tough. So having strategic thinking helps you take an advantages of your strength and also build strengths where advantages are not in your or there are no advantages for you, basically. So using strength to focus more on one particular part. So simple example, Apple is an innovative company, so their strategy is to keep innovating until they become the market leader in particular category. So for example, they nail the design every time, right? Everyone who uses MacBook, iPad, iPhone, they use it for the design, the feel, the software, and the processing that they have. They never speak about how much mAh battery they have, or how much megapixel camera they have, or what kind of generation processors they have. So they simply talk about what improvement they have made. So that's their strategy, and those strategies help you build much more efficient businesses, and that's what we will discuss today. So firstly, we just played a game of chess with both of you, and I just kind of used chess as an analogy to think strategically, because in chess, for every move you're thinking about next moves of opponent, and then think strategically so that you end up winning. That's how you play the chess. So, and if you, let's say with Nirantar, I have made blunders, so I have changed my strategy, and now what I did is I played my moves very fast, so I have more time in my bucket, and Nirantar will have less time in his buckets. So that gave me an advantage. So that's kind of strategy change in between the game, and that's why I love chess in to explain strategy. I just wanted to understand what comes to your mind, as in, because we have not maybe discussed it uh, previously. So I just wanted to understand what is the first thing that comes to your mind. We'll try to gain some access. So Nirantar, if you can just start with what kind of things comes to your mind when you hear hear the word strategy also.
Okay, so uh, I am a big cricket fan.
Hmm.
So I love cricket. So while watching cricket, I have seen the strategies that are used
Mm-hmm.
to implement on the field, like giving the fast bowlers,
Hmm.
means your best bowlers the last overs. The last overs means not the last over, the penultimate over. That is, if there are 20 overs, we give our best bowler the 19th over, not the 20th over. That is one of the strategies that is followed in cricket, because if the best bowler do something that is not good, then the match finishes then and there. It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
go into the 20th over. But if it bowls very well,
Mm-hmm.
then it gives the last bowler, that is the 20th over bowler, to bowl something to, because there are lots of runs remaining to save.
Okay.
So that is one of the strategies that they use. So strategy, I think, means something that is applied to gain advantage over the opponent, or anything to get advantage over anything. Yeah.
Okay. Advantage over competition.
Yeah, we can say that.
Yeah. Competition can be anything. Mayur, what comes to your mind?
Strategy means as I'm a salesperson, so lots of new products comes in the market on a daily basis. So how can we accelerate that product specification to the desired customer?
Mm-hmm.
which customer that uh, which are the customers who will buy that product. So according to that we have to plan the widgets, then search for on the Google for that customers. So we can acquire that customer and sell the product to them, and what kind of benefits that product will give to the customers, that will also come into the strategy planning. So we have to pitch the products to them.
Mm-hmm.
So then how can we market, how can do the marketing of that product, and then what kind of seminars do we have to conduct to expand that product's grasp in the market.
Mm-hmm.
Then pricing planning for that product, uh, what is the competitors pricing for that another products of the same specification. Then we have to plan that pricing strategy, then availability of that products also. If it is a new, then it comes in a market in a very small amount of quantity, then we have to consider that also in our planning. So strategy is a basically the planning to execute any um work or any task.
So, as Nirantar and Mayurish mentioned, strategy is basically the ability to gain advantage over your component or maybe your contemporaries. And strategies help you execute tasks like Mayurish mentioned. But the more important role strategies plays is into the long-term growth of any individual, any organization, or anything else. So strategy helps you identify the next move, right? For example, and having a strategy and not executing it, it's altogether a different problem which we'll discuss sometime later. But let's say in chess, when we see that the opponent is moving their piece from, let's say, one block to another block, the move has its own consequences. So ऐसा होता है कि अगर उसने यहाँ से एक मूव कर दिया, so now the entire game changes, right? Because the opponent has multiple options, those options has changed because of that move, and those changed options will help him either gain advantage over the opponent, or it will be a kind of a dent into his own strategy. And that happens with businesses also. So किसी ने अगर बिजनेस चालू कर दिया, इट डजेंट मीन कि उसका जो बिजनेस का स्ट्रैटेजी पहले दिन सोचा था वही कंसिस्टेंटली चलते रहेगा. थिंक ऑफ दीज चेस मूव्स मे बी हैपनिंग इन टू ऑर्गेनाइजेशन एवरी 3 months 4 months 6 months. तो ऐसा हो सकता है कि यार आज 3 महीने बाद ना जो हमने सोच के मूव किया था वो अभी वर्क नहीं कर रहा. लाइक मयूरेश मेंशन, प्राइसिंग ऐसा गेम है जो हमें शायद हर महीने, हर क्वार्टर, हर दिन चेंज करना पड़ेगा ताकि हमारी स्ट्रैटेजी के हिसाब से वो चलता रहे. सो स्ट्रैटेजी इज़ नेवर अ फिक्स्ड वैल्यू or fixed goal for any organization. It consistently changes over the time. So that's the first thing. Now what does strategic thinking means? The point of playing chess was कि जब तुम चेस खेल रहे हो ना तो तुम सोच रहे हो ना आगे का. You are trying to gauge what move the opponent will make, what options opponent have or your competitor have, so that you can move accordingly. तो जो ये सोचना है ना, इसी को स्ट्रैटेजिक थिंकिंग कहते हैं सिंपल भाषा में, नथिंग एल्स. दैट्स व्हाट स्ट्रैटेजिक थिंकिंग मीन्स. नाउ द टूल्स दैट यू यूज टू थिंक दिस इज करंटली चेस, क्योंकि तुम चेस खेल के आओ, हम ये सोच रहे चेस की टर्म्स में. बट जस्ट थिंक अबाउट बिजनेसेस ऑल्सो. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आई ओपन अप अ शॉप. नाउ माई होल स्ट्रैटेजी बिकम्स that how I gain customers inside my shop and have more sales, right? That is my larger strategy. Another strategy, once customer comes in, how I can sell him more, rather than selling one piece, how I can sell, let's say 2 3 4, right? Identifying right set of products for customer, because तुम्हारा customer mix बहुत अलग हो सकता है. Having right certain set of products available at your place is also a strategy which Mayur has mentioned, right? अब सोर्सिंग कहाँ से करनी है, जो प्रोडक्ट्स तुम्हें बेचने हैं, where do you find them and where do you get them at cheapest rest? That is also a strategy. That is maybe a procurement strategy or strategic sourcing it calls. So business सारी strategies का mixture होता है. and that's how a business runs. And in next video we will try to learn that how this strategic thinking will help you build more efficient problem solving skills. Now we have understanding about strategy, we will deep dive into problem solving, because this thought process will help you define a problem statement and how to approach for a solution for that problem statement. So that's it for today, and we will connect for problem solving in the next session.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.